What screams I'm an insecure piece of shit? To cope with my dad's death, I became a little quirky. You see, he died in a sudden car accident, so to keep his memory alive, I always repaired something in someone's home when I visit. I know it sounds a little weird, but my dad was a handyman. When you fix a home, you fix a heart, he'd always say. I was like Bob the Builder, except a girl and 10 times hotter. JK LOL. So when I first met my boyfriend's roommates, I brought my toolbox. Up until this point, we had been dating for 3 years. I had never gone over to his place because one of his roommates was a DJ, and I get overstimulated pretty easily. But now that friend had finally moved out, so the first time I came over, I fixed the wobbly table in the kitchen, and I knew I had gotten on his roommate's good side when they all agreed that I was a keeper. Friday became our assigned date day, and every week I fixed something small. The couch leg that was a little shorter than the others, reattached a broken door handle, and remounted a curtain rod that was hanging on by a thread. And I guess my boyfriend already explained the reasoning behind it because they never asked, but they sure as heck thanked me for it. Sometimes in the form of a home-cooked meal, other times in the form of letting me go on aux, whilst knowing that I'm unapologetically a Taylor Swift girl. So on Memorial weekend, we both had time off and he stayed at my place. And the next morning, he said he didn't want to say goodbye to me yet and asked me to go to his. I smiled, and right before we left the house, I grabbed my toolbox. Suddenly, my boyfriend lost it. He asked why I was so set on publicly humiliating him. And just before I could respond, he went on a 5-minute long rant about how I was emasculating him and how all his friends joked that I was a tranny for doing the manly jobs. I used his argument against him and said that I was helping to make his apartment a home, which is a universally feminine trait. But then he came up with a new reason. He told me I was trauma dumping and ruining the vibe because whenever I fixed something, it reminded him and his friends about my dad dying. I just sighed and told him to go without me because I wasn't about to beg him or his shitty friends to let me do free work for them. Like, just because my dad is dead doesn't mean I have daddy issues, lol. When he got home, he told me he was sorry for being so harsh. I'm not going to apologize for doing free work, Theodore. I thought that would be enough to snap him out of whatever was going on, but it wasn't. He said that he had told all his friends that I refused to listen to him, and they all blocked me on Instagram and unanimously agreed that he had to break up with me. I asked if he defended me, and he shook his head. No, Amelia, they're right. He left right after. As I lay alone in bed that night, I noticed I had lost 4 followers on Instagram, except he only had 3 roommates. So I checked my boyfriend's account and saw that he had unfollowed me too. And as if that wasn't bad enough, I saw that he had followed 30 new girls with the verification tick. None of them even followed him back, and he had all their recent posts liked. I should have felt hurt, but I wasn't, because more than anything, I was embarrassed. For me and for him. For the entire week, he was posting videos of him out clubbing, and in one of them, a girl was even grinding on him while he slapped her butt. That broke me. Neither of us texted each other until Friday morning, when he asked if he could come over. I responded with a dry K, and he just liked my message. As soon as I let him in the door, he finally spilled the truth. He told me that he took his friends' phones when they weren't looking and blocked me without them knowing. Apparently, after the first time I had come over, one of his friends, Andy, commented on how lucky he was to have me. I hadn't even spoken to Andy, so I was super surprised to hear this, but then he kept going. And he'll never admit it, but I know he wants you, and I thought telling you directly would boost your ego, so I just wanted to make sure that you never came over again. Apparently, all those videos were just to make me jealous, so I could feel the same way he did. I laughed in his face and told him to get the F out of my apartment because he was giving sassy men apocalypse. So I did what my dad would have wanted, and I bit back. I texted Andy on my spam and told him me and my BF broke up. One thing led to another, and I ended up back at his place. He was nothing like Theodore. He actually gave me aftercare and made me feel special. I really liked him. And the next morning, I was wearing his t-shirt as we ate breakfast together. That's when Theodore walked into the kitchen. His face went white, and he dropped his Android phone on the floor. I smiled at him. Andy's making eggs, sunny side up. Theodore walked out. Me and Andy burst into laughter. I thought Theodore was finally out of my life, but I was wrong, because 2 days later, when I got home from work, I saw my apartment had been broken into, and my dad's ashes were smeared in writing across the wall, spelling out the word SLT. Full story on channel, link below.